Hi guys. So for those who know, I graduated from the cave onboarding sometime in January. And after that wonderful experience, I graduated from the onboarding. But then you may not have known. Well, I'm about to tell you that currently I am now a bridger. Meaning I am in the bridge class. Correct. So yes, and for the bridge, onboarding was a 12 days back to back something. Now that we have stepped forward, we have climbed a step. It's now a 90 days thing. So, guys, welcome to my 90 days of growth challenge. This time around, it's more intense. I'm not even going to die. It's really more intense, and in as much as I'm like, can I really meet up with these tasks? I know that I can meet up with the tasks. So without plenty much talk, let's go into. I'll be sharing my mind shift, what I got from today's teachings, the message, the book. So let's quickly dive in. Now, going through the first part of the Deepwork book, going through that part one, it talked on deep work, staying consistent in what you are doing at a particular time, and not sharing your attention. At first, we looked at three lucrative skills, and number one was knowing a good skill and merging it with um, machines and all. And number two was being a star, being very good, top notch at what you do, knowing your own unit. And number three is being a creator. Now, looking at these things, not like these are the only phases or the only fields that require deep work, but this is like I said, lucrative skills that we could relate to so many things. Now, the first one is having a very good skill and knowing how to use it with technology and all. This this case, it boils down to different fields. Just have a particular skill, be very good. But now you're not just good in it, you know how to merge it using technology, machines, computers to make this work easier. This way, you are you you are building your, or rather, how would I put it now? This way, you have a very lucrative skill that people can want to employ or people can want to pay you for. The next is being a now being a superstar is more like saying being very good at what you do. Being because it's one thing for us to have loads, tons and tons of graphic designers out there. But then, if you are very good in what you do, you are a superstar and you are being most sorted for. In the case that you can work be- irrespective of wherever your location is. You could be in Nigeria working for someone not in Nigeria. So having being a superstar in what you do is very important. And also the third skill is being a creator. Now this might not be very common because being a creator requires like a startup capital. But then being a creator is also a very lucrative skill because you're creating what you know that people need. Now, looking at these skills in just the brief way possible, why do they need deep work? For you to be very skilled at what you do, for you to be very good at what you do, for you to be able to know how to use machines, how to use technologies and all, it requires great study. Now, this study doesn't come cheap. I've tried learning coding before, and I know that coding it's not very easy to do. Not like you can't be able to do it, but it's not very easy to do. You need to put in the work required. Now, if I was to learn coding now, I know that it's required of me to put in the deep work, at least a specific amount of hours per day or per week that is required so that I can learn. So for you to be a winner, you need to master these two top skills, which is the ability to learn hard things and the ability to produce um, things with good quality, ability to produce right things with great quality and speed over and over again. So, that, for you to get this result, for you to achieve this, it requires deep work. Now, we'll also look at case studies of those who may not follow these principles of deep work. I'll look at a man who maybe manages two companies at a time. We realize that even though this man is not does not apply the law of the book, he has people employed. These people employed are paid to carry out the work and to work effectively in the field in which they've been employed for. So if he's supposed to sit and think for 4 hours to know how to go, he pays these people to come up with different ideas, to think this thinking, come up with great ideas that could be used for the company and for its betterment. So therefore, he may not directly be putting in the deep work at that particular stage, but then there is still a place for deep work. And also, one other thing that got to me was that you could be working, that okay, let me put it the way it was in the book. Busyness is not productivity. That you are busy 24 hours, or rather every hour of the day before you go to sleep, doesn't mean that you're productive. That you have one thing or another to do at every point in time doesn't mean that you are productive. So busyness does not equal productivity. Now, for you to learn, you require a high level of concentration. For you to learn, you require concentration to focus on what you are doing at a particular point in time, and not juggling in between two different tasks at a time. Also, to receive feedbacks, you work on something, you receive feedback. That way, you know if you are learning forward, what you need to do, what you need, questions you need to take to move forward. So these two things are very important in learning.